Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kingdom of Loathing. Alright, over here, let's go check out our campground, see what quests we gotta do. We gotta do the goblin who wouldn't be king. Find some way to infiltrate the throne and defeat the goblin king. Okay, let's do that. So we either have the harem route, which requires some disguise, or the guard route. Doesn't necessarily say where to go get it. Oh, I guess you have to go in the harem. Harem guard. As you enter the harem, you hear a high-pitched voice. Stop, intruder. You turn and see a knob-goblin harem guard, all muscles and gruff demeanor. They have the same air of distracted peevishness that people get when they misplace their car keys, only way, way worse. You wonder what they could have lost, that they're missing so much. They've got to be jerks all the time. Do the script, which picks his pocket. Gives us a smeltar, muscle plus 5. Let's run that again. Okay. Actions failed. As you're walking down one of the passageways in the cobnob, you see a glinting metal edge of the one ubiquitous piles of garbage. It's a key. Lab key. To the laboratories. Okay, I looked this up on the wiki, and this is just a higher level zone. Don't need to go there. So we go back to the harem. A knobgoblin madman. It's a girl of a certain, madame. Girl of a certain age. Okay, that description applies to all girls. All of the girls aren't currently in some multi-age quantum state. But what I mean is she's an age that's certainly too old to be providing the services the harem provides. So she makes sure the harem girls have everything they need and book appointments for them and stuff. She's kind of a just past sexy middle manager. Guard perfume. You smell like a harem girl. And a corset. Damage reduction 5. That's actually probably pretty good. Stats plus 3. HP regen. We'll try this and see how it goes for us. More perfume. I wonder why it's giving me this goofy image. I think it's failing to do the mood stuff. So I told it to try to recover. So over here, I did set up preferences so that it would, in theory, let's see, where's the automation? So many dumb options in this game. Yeah, maintain health, maintain mana. Run moods. Let's just do these two. Maybe it's the moods one that's causing trouble. script this to kill this dude. And then we'll try to recast these ones. There we go. More perfume. This is one of the girls. You know what they say about the girls, don't you? It's all true. You get the jump on her. Acquired a veil. It's not clear how many dumb clothing pieces I need. Perfume. Stalker in the locker. You tiptoe into the harem, avoiding the guards, the harem girls, and you're sneaking suspicion that more goes on here than just back rubs and nice stories. You open one of the harem girls' lockers. Inside, you find a picture of the Hobgoblin King that looks like it was ripped out of a magazine. Some of the gloss. Dozens of containers of industrial-grade makeup, acne medication, and a veil and a pair of harem pants. You consider the Goblin King portrait for a few minutes, but you decide it wouldn't go with the decor at your campsite, so you just grab the pants and the veil, make a hasty retreat. Nice. I'm not so sure this is working out for me, so I'm just going to re-equip the stats one. So I'd rather have a lot more HP. And then let's also equip an outfit. Dress up as a girl. Icon changes. That's the rest of my tent. Let's cast this one. Use the perfume and then fight the king. It's under miscellaneous, I guess. We use during one adventure. Let's see, throne room. Ouch. You sashay into the Goblin King's throne room to find him spinning a set of glass spheres in the palm of one hand. He looks up at you distracted. I'll be ready in 1 minute, right after I'm playing with my... This is a family game, you say, lifting your veil. The only physical contact we're going to be having is my fist with your face. He gets a jump on you. He says, if you do as he says, he'll be your slave. You point out the opposite would be true, and he punches you. You lose 22 hit points. Alright, well, we can try it again. Use the perfume. Oops, not that one, not the hairspray, this one. Okay, and then go back to this one, and click here. Totally got murdered. I think my outfit is not that good. I'm not strong enough to kill him with my outfit. think one of the reasons it's failing is because I don't have rest at tent enabled. Yeah, so here, rest at campground to recover my HP. You require elite pole arm. Loot the locker. Elite pants. Elite helm. Just equip the pole arm. I should rest at my campsite. Cast all those. Goblin King enters the door. Face lights up. My cake. His light is replaced with anger when he realizes you haven't brought him a cake. Then your face is replaced by a face that has just been punched by an angry, hungry Goblin King. You lose 10 HP. Goblin Cake Pan. Stomp into the kitchen, rattling your armor and pounding your pole onto the floor. You grab an apprentice chef by the apron and haul him up until he's your eye level. You, the Goblin King, requires a cake pan. But we're not supposed to let the guards in here. Yeah, but I'm not supposed to impale the chefs on my pole arm. But it's going to be one of us that breaks the rules today. Finest cake batter. Look, I'm just trying to do my job here. Either you give me the batter, I'm going to batter you with my pole arm. Then I'm going to roll you into the batter and fry you, okay? Nobody wants that. I figured you'd want this. I thought you'd spare me any more threats of violence. What else do you need? Oh, I guess nothing, in fact. I totally forgot why I came in here. Sorry, he turned to go, but the apprentice... Before you go, could you grab my shirt and lift me in the air one more time for old time's sake? Okay, it turned weird. You say and you leave as quickly as you can. Consumables, craft. Cook. Batter. Pan. Unfrosted. Frosting. Something you need more advanced ingredients. So what you need, the dynamic range. Use. Craft, cook. Unfrosted with frosting. Knob cake. Let's also go rest in my barracks. My tent. You dream you're running through the basement of Cobb's knob. You enter the boiler room and get jumped by some freaky dude in a strip sweater and jaunty Ferradona. He's wearing a glove with a five razor sharp pasta spoon strapped to it. He slashes at you and you wake up screaming. It was only a dream. Or was it? Yeah, I guess it was. Okay, we're able to fight him. Wait a minute, this isn't red velvet. It's blue suede. I'll report you to superior officer right after I flog you senseless. You docked your helmet for a second so the king can have a look at your face. Actually, I'm not one of the guards. I'm an adventurer who's going to beat you up and steal your crown. But that's not fair. You say that so often one wonders what your basis of comparison is. He gets a jump on you. He throws his crown like a boomerang. It makes a satisfying ring as it bounces off your skull. Like, I literally just cannot use that dumb weapon on him. I have to have a accordion to hurt him. Yeah, I just can't enter. That's pretty weird. I guess I'm just not strong enough to murder him. At least, or I'm doing something wrong. Knob jelly donut. Knob bugle. Let's switch over to KO Mafia. We're going to go adventure in the barracks 5 times. You ran out of Ronin and need an antique accordion to cast that. Quest complete. Yeah, there we go. So you can just auto adventure. There's my adventures right there. It's a meat level. Just burn through my adventures. Hidden temple unlock. Run combat in the spooky forest. In the spooky forest, you're attacked by one of the spookiest mummies you've ever seen. Isn't saying much, though. You've never found mummies to be particularly spooky. I mean, ooh, you have to walk slightly faster if I want to escape. Gain a level. Let's go to the guild. Talk to the trainer. Train up some of these skills. Accordion to unlock your inner strength. Plus 20% combat initiative. Make your accordion attack slightly more accurate. Power of the Ballad of Aerosmith. Stun an opponent by hitting them with your accordion. Poke of Plenty. Plus 50% meat. Double strength enchantments on accordions. Need more meat for that. You can't fit any more songs in your head right now. Let's see. Wolfman. You're attacked by Wolfman. Perhaps you can defeat him by kicking him in the nards. That's right, Wolfman's got nards. Get to jump on you. You hike through the spooky woods and suddenly interrupted by the guy jumps out of the bushes covered in blood shouting, blah, blah, haha, man, you should see your face. This fake blood is the best thing ever. I just cover myself in it, jump out of the bushes, and I'm all blah. I just got the crap. And you're all like, I just crap my pants. Look in the face. Was Price Lurk. Sheathe your weapon and pick up the unconscious man's bottle of fake blood. And continue on your way. Encounter a Triffid, a horrifying ambulatory plant. You'll probably need an ambulance after it's done ambulating all over you. Bar. Okay, follow the sap. So to get the spooky sapling, follow the old road. You pass a set of old wagon ruts leading deeper into the forest, just past a cobblestone path leading to a run-down looking cottage. As you're trying to decide which of those things to investigate, you hear whistling from behind you. You turn around and see a hunter sitting on a tree just off to the road. Howdy, adventurer. See any bar around here? I'm hunting them, you see. I haven't, but now that you mention I could use a drink, you reply. Anyway, I collect their skins. Useful so I'll get out a bar skin is. You find me, I'm glad to take them off your hands. Paid top sirloin. 75 meat apiece. Buy a tree for 100 meat. Sell them the bar skin. Okay, got that. Alright, and then to get the coin, explore the stream. Upstream, you spot a dark opening leading to the bank of a stream. It looks just big enough for you to squeeze into, if you're in the mood to squeeze into something right about now. You wiggle into the cave, and inside the entrance you find the body of the famed explorer Chester Meatpot. After carefully checking for booby traps, you rifle through his wallet. Looks like they called him Meatpot for a reason. You know, a reason other than the fact that was his name. In addition to meat, you also find a strange coin. Steel's accordion. Baritone. I already have that one. Let's see, this one is 5 to 10 damage. Yeah, that one's worse. Spooky Shrunken Head. Okay, to acquire this map, explore the dark thicket. Brave the dark thicket. Shadows gather as you follow the path into the dark thicket. The shadows skitter off before you can see where they're gathering, but that's not important right now. What is that you're in the thick of the thicket. You should just get busy with whatever you're doing here so you can get the hell out. There's a slightly darker path than the path you came in, leading deeper into the thicket. There's also an area of extremely thick plant growth off to the side of the path. Off in the distance, you know, some pairs of trees. It looks especially like 2 of the 3 holes in the weird coin. Follow the coin. You hold up the coin through it, and sure enough, they match up. Insert the coin. And drop the coin at the slot. A blue glow spreads across the monolith as the slot disappears and a map appears on the smooth stone surface. You quickly make some paper out of a nearby tree and some ink out of a nearby squirrel. You make a copy of the map and stick it in your pocket. It's so ridiculous. Brave the dark thicket. You're back in there. Okay, brave the dark thicket and investigate the dense foliage. How lucky. Overturned wagon and fertilizer. Lucky for the forest, not for whoever's driving the wagon. He probably got pretty stern talking to when he went back to the fertilizer factory, or murdered by monsters before he made it. Either way, I'll bet it really sucked. So you take the spooky grow fertilizer. So now we can click map. You plant the spooky sapling at the loose soil at the base of the temple. You spray the spooky grow fertilizer, and immediately it grows 20 feet in height. You can easily climb the branches into the side of the temple now. So now we can get into this temple, and I think we'll just get murdered. A craven raven. In this room of the temple, which is silent as a pimple, you were strolling with your thoughts as carefree as a lark. While you walked, some cobwebs snatching. Suddenly there came a scratching, as if something still not hatching somewhere in the dark. Then there came a bird descending. If your life intent on ending, downward it came winding, with a bite far worse than bark. Quoth the raisin quark. We actually did kill that thing, which is good. Acquire shiny stones. With a menacing ba. And one of the bas relief sheep carved in the wall leaps out and attacks you. You better quit wool gathering and attack, lest it leave you shorn of your dignity. Read the telegram. Okay, now we can get into the haunted kitchen. Unfinished business, cannot leave the mortal realm. Necklace in library desk. Gift from husband. Key lost. Billiards room. That key lost also. Haha. So forgetful. Drawer in kitchen. Perhaps you may enter. So now we can go to the kitchen. Adventure in haunted kitchen to unlock the billiards room. Scullery maid. This maid's job is to wash dishes. Looks like she's been at it for quite a long time. On the plus side, though, she's gleamingly white with lemon fresh scent. All right. Let's also go to this guy, KO Mafia. Now that we have a little bit of money, let's purchase some buffs from this dude. Let's see, I think we can get 270 meat for those. Yeah, we can get these two for pretty cheap. Give us 300 turns of buff. In theory, there we go. Whole ton of buffs. Just do all kinds of silly stuff. Let's see, max HP plus 20. That looks like a good one to do. Max mana, initiative, moxie. That looks like a good one. Can't fit any more songs. Alright. So I got all these crazy buffs now. If you have the money, it's worth it, seems like. Ordinary garden variety icebox. Wait a second. Who keeps iceboxes in a garden? Differs from the ordinary garden variety iceboxes. Seriously, though, in one important way. This one seems to have developed some sort of infernal portal inside that is causing it to do all kinds of manner of evil and malevolent things. Dire fudgesicle. Long ago, this stopped being a tasty confection of frozen chocolatey goodness on a stick and became an abomination. Due to constant exposure to the evil environment inside the icebox, the chocolate became blood, goodness became evilness, and the stick, well, it's just a stick, I guess. You require ancient frozen dinner. This frozen dinner is so old that it's mostly just a tray full of freezer burn. You briefly consider adopting freezer burn as a superhero name, but decide against it. Leftovers of indeterminate origin. Plastic container of leftovers is so old that you're afraid to even open it to see what's inside. You find yourself considering the value of the container, trying to determine if it'd be acceptable. Just throw it away instead of washing it. A silverware drawer that appears to have developed both free will and malice towards adventurers. Clouds of cutlery whirl menacingly above you as you approach. So I'm going to search another one. So equip some resistance. Frozen dinner again. Zombie chef. Demonic icebox. Paper towel geist. This roll of paper, as it appears, has been animated by a malevolent spirit. It's durable, absorbent, and it's coming for you. Says 3 turns remain. Zombie chef. I know what you're thinking. Zombie chef, eh? I bet he only knows how to cook brains. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Smarty Pants, I'll have you know that this particular zombie chef was awarded Diploma de Cuisine from Le Cordon Bleu Academy of Loathing, and he's a master of all manners of gourmet delicacies. The fact that everything he serves as brains is completely coincidence. You play a song on your accordion. Your opponent tries to cover his ears but accidentally bangs his elbow, suffering 32 damage. It's pretty funny. One turn remaining. Okay, now we found... Fortunately, find the key, the last drawer you check. It's always there that way, isn't it? Yes, because why would you keep looking after you found it? Sheesh. Billiards room key. So now we can go back to the first floor. Train pool skill via combat. Need up to 14 to 18 total pool skill. Okay, so I think we just train in here maybe. Cannot beat the hustler. You have 0 pool skill. Need 14 and 18 to guarantee it. Drinking may help. If you're sure you wish to adventure this drunkenness, click the icon. Yeah, so I'm looking at how you get pool skill, and it looks like if you adventure in this billiards room, you find a pool table, and you don't want to hustle the ghost. You want to do this one, hustle over and practice. And you'll get 1 to 4 skills. 1 to 4, so you just keep doing this. Alright, so approach one of the tables. You're abruptly stopped by the sight of what appears to be a bluish white cloud of pure malevolence. It drifts towards you, ready to dry up and blow you away. Handful of chalk. That's your Q. Oh, you get a pool Q. That's a +3 if you equip it. Vaguely humanoid figure made up of cloudy, spooky, levitating pool balls. You spend a few seconds trying to figure out the best place to kick it, but to no avail. Hovers towards you, eerily clicking and clacking. It hurls one ball at you, but the ball is too yellow to get near enough to hurt you. You acquire a 5 ball. +8 hot damage. You acquire 8 ball. Weakens enemies very slightly. +8 damage to cold spells. I think my accordion's two-handed though, so I can't really use any of this offhanded stuff. Yeah, it's just two-handed. Handful of hand chalk. This handful of white hand chalk is the kind of pool players use to improve their shooting ability. Pool shooting. Not like skeet shooting, though it probably wouldn't hurt with that either. +3 pool skill. Let's use 2 of them. Chalky hand. So maybe I should wait because it only lasts 10 adventures. Ball. There we go. So my pool skill is probably only a little bit. I have about 3. You need 14 to 18. While searching through the haunted billiard rooms, you find a table. This in itself isn't very surprising. There's 2 pool tables in this room, and they're very difficult to miss. The surprising part is there's a ghost materialized next to one of them. He's dressed in spats and sleeve gaiters, and all the clothes in between them are slick, high-class fashion. Or at least were some hundreds of years ago. He notices you looking at him and gives you a sly grin, then gestures you towards a rack of pool cues, as if to challenge you to a game. You ready your cue, then notice that your own cue is a ghost of a very expensive-looking 2-part mahogany and ivory job. You suddenly recall one of the very bits A fatherly wisdom your dad ever gave you. Never shoot pool against someone who brought their own cue. Sensing your hesitation, the ghost grins again and places a large, ornate brass key, a real one, not a ghost one, on the edge of the pool table. Just practice. +2 pool skill. Just do this for a while and practice. +2 pool. Seven ball. 5 ball. Lights out in the billiards room. This is like a long quest. This is pretty complicated. I was reading about it. Contents of the cupboard are surprisingly mundane. A box of billiard balls, pool chalk, and Q-tips. A couple decks of cards and some poker chips, ping pong paddles, and balls. It's hard to imagine anything less frightening than a game of ping pong. There's also a few board games. You notice that Scrabble tiles are entirely O's, a few scattered B's. The white king of the chess set has a little string hangman's noose around it, and the clue set has twice the number of weapons usual, as well as some extra cards like the vengeful ghost of the great Uncle Mrav. So that's a little more than what you were expecting. As you're putting the games back in the cupboard, the lights in the house flicker back on. Guess it's time to get back to business, whatever that might be. So that happens every 37 turns or something goofy. And you have to do a whole sequence of things to get it to something useful. I got a bunch of stuff for 1 ball. Practice. Now it does say, equip the pool cue for more pool skill, and use the handful of hand chalk for more pool skill and faster pool skill training. Consider drinking 10 or more drunkenness. Let's see, drink. Seven or more. 4 or more. 2 or more. Okay. Consider waiting for rollover for better pool skill. Practice. I wonder if you can use a chalk while you're here. Nope. Let's use the chalk now. Seven. $35 adventures. So I'm pretty sure if I equip the pull Q, my damage is going to suck and I won't be able to take these guys out. Pull skills 13. Yeah. It goes like a zillion rounds. So that's no good. practice. +2 pull skill. Use multiple. +2. Alright, looks like I'm high enough now. I just gotta hustle a ghost and find him and hustle him. Okay, there we go. Hustle a ghost. Lean over the table, cue in hand, and aim for the break. With a good solid crack, the balls skitter around the table like a panicked rats. 2 of them escaping into their holes. You knock a third and fourth, but can't get a decent shot of a fifth. So you satisfy yourself with parking the cue ball somewhere inconvenient for your opponent. The ghost grimaces, then tries to cover with a carefree shrug. He barely manages to make his shot, but it's a close call. And the relief on his face makes it plain that you've already thrown him off his stride. He sinks 3 more, then misses. With the table now opened up nicely, your next 3 balls thunk into its pockets with the rhythm of precision clockwork. And you glide the lie by unnecessarily banking the cue ball off 3 rails before sinking the 8 and winning the game. With a howl of frustration, the ghost attempts to break his pull cue over his knee. Then they just pass through each other, and he becomes even more frustrated and manages to find somewhere where he really can lose his cool without anyone seeing it. You pick up the brass key he left behind with a smug grin of your own. Nice. Adventure in the haunted library to unlock the 2nd floor. Writing desk. In the library, you come across Lord Spooky Raven's writing desk. How did Lord Spooky Raven like his writing desk? He liked it just fine. Thanks for asking. Some of the ancient, unforbidden, unspeakable evil that he studied must have rubbed off on the desk, though, because it's moving, growling, and trying to bite you in a way that ordinary writing desks hardly ever do. One of the desk drawers open, stationary becomes decidedly mobile, and it whirls towards you. You avoid a serious paper cut by the narrowest of margins. Defeat 4 more writing desks. Okay. Lights out. Ponder a quaint and curious volume. Grab a book. It's called The Proper Stocking Lengths and Patterns for Proper Ladies. I mean, it's pretty quaint with its ideas of appropriate dress, and it's pretty curious that someone would write an entire book on the subject. But in practice, the whole thing's pretty dry and boring. The book is upside down. You yelp and the voice says shh, and you put it back the right way. Take a look, it's in a book. The Rise of the House Spooky Raven. This chapter tells of the story of a young Lord Spooky Raven's arrival by boat in a seaside town. Some sources say he came from distant lands, while others claim he hailed from parts unknown. All sources agree on one thing, however. He was really, really creepy, and his creepiness was eclipsed by his eccentricity. He spent his first few weeks of his time in seaside town living in a series of squalid apartments, attempting unsuccessfully to make his fortune. He eventually discovered that he had a knack both for dealing with rare books and grooming animals. And he consequently opened up Spooky Raven's hard-to-find bookstore and hard-to-wash pet salon on the right side of the tracks. Banshee librarian, employed by the ghosts to act as a librarian. She's really frustrated because there's only one thing banshees love to do, and that's wail. And there's also one thing you can't do in a library. It's also wail. She tries to slice open your ass with a ghostly claw, but you knock some books off an familiar shelf, and then she rushes to put them back in order. Book bat. If a brick bat is a small fragment of a brick, does that mean it's a small fragment of a book? Nope, not at all. In fact, it's a book that's been possessed by some sort of relentless spirit, now flying around the library attacking anybody who happens by. You happen by. Tries to dive bomb your head, and you duck under a table as it bounces away harmlessly. Reminds you of an evil library. Another writing desk. 3 more. Book. Another writing desk. 2 more. Looks like 1 more. And there we go. You open one of the drawers of the desk and find what you've been looking for, a moderately expensive necklace with a card attached to reading, "For my luscious Rebecca." You're pretty sure Lady Spookin' Raven's name wasn't Rebecca. Talk to her. Must have sensed somehow that you found her necklace, because she seems to materialize in the hallway. You approach her. At the sight of it, her eyes light up with an even more unearthly glow than they had prior to lighting up. She takes the necklace and places it around her neck, at which point a ghostly copy of the necklace falls silently to the floor. You acquire a ghost of a necklace. +8 sleaze damage. Slight resistance to all elements. That could be good. Speak to lady to open up the 2nd floor. So where's that goofy place I was just at? Let's go back to the council. The deep fat friars in distant woods are having a problem. One of the experiments has gone awry, and fey creatures have invaded their grove. Please venture, go lend them assistance. Spooky Raven Manor. You're not finished down here yet. Speak to her. I don't understand how you speak to her. I did all 3 of these things, didn't I? Man-eating plant. As you walk past a large bulbous plant, an explicit label Audrey 3 at you. You look but don't see anyone there. Hello, who is there? Me, the plant, feed me. Forget it, I don't talk to plants. Go photosynthesize or something. Splat. The plant splits open, revealing a grinning, toothy maw. Screw this witty banter. A skeletal hamster. When you enter the haunted conservatory, the first thing that jumps out at you is a tiny, fenced-in cemetery that appears to be the resting place of a long line of spooky raven family pets. When you get near the cemetery, the first thing that jumps out at you is a reanimated skeleton hamster. Yikes. Ballroom locked. Let me search on this, see what she wants me to do. Okay, it looks like there's a second male. has to come from her before we can go upstairs. And I don't think I have it yet. You have to wait for the mail to come in. It's like another one of these that arrive randomly. That's fine. It's almost level 7. Let's see. Go talk to this trainer. Stun opponent by hitting him with your accordion. Is any stuff worth anything? It's worth a bunch. Just all these cue balls. Spooky stick. So all those, also all but one of these. Check all, check all. Okay, now I have some meat. Just double the strength on the accordion because it's passive as well. Do they have accordions? He's just got a crappy one, toy accordion. Distant woods. Dark neck of the woods. Alright, well, let's see. Charged atom of infernium. As large as you might think and deadlier. He noticed a strange accordion-like bit coming out of the monstrous nucleus. Try to steal it. Accord ion. Ooh, that's much better. And it's a one-handed accordion. Helion cube. Same way that a Boolean cube is a potent combination of salt and bull, this is a potent combination of salt and hell. So now I can equip one of those offhand ones. Of course, I just sold all my dumb cue balls, which I probably shouldn't have done, but it did give me a bunch of meat. I can always just go back and get a bunch more. Since these dudes are pretty easy. tons of chalk. There's an 8-ball. Ball, 2-ball, and we're almost out of adventures, but that's okay. 3-ball, spooky damage. All right. I wonder if it says somewhere like what my total damage is. I can add it up, but I wonder if there's a spot which says donate skills. Cooking. All right, well, that's good stuff more for the episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.